Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We recently did a bunch of suspension upgrades to our 1992 Mustang GT, including new springs, new shocks and struts, caster camber plates, and some sway bars. Now with all that new suspension componentry on the car, we want to make sure the chassis is tightened up so the suspension can work as good as possible. We're going to start off today with the front of the car by installing this Grip by BBK front strut tower brace. This strut tower brace kit is going to fit your 1986 through 1993 Mustang and includes the brace itself and all necessary hardware for installation. The theory behind the strut tower brace is by tying the front end together, you're going to stiffen it up. There's a lot of strain on the top of the shock towers, so basically this bar here is going to go from shock tower to shock tower, and the additional bracing it goes back to the firewall. For this installation, with a 3/8 ratchet, 8mm socket, 1/2 inch socket, 9/16 socket, 5/16 Allen key, a couple extensions, Phillips head screwdriver, small flathead screwdriver, panel removal tool, 1/2 inch wrench, marker, drill, 1/8 inch drill bit, 3/8 drill bit, and safety glasses. Not a bad idea to have some help with the strut tower brace. Freddie's going to give me a hand because sometimes you'll have to actually get in the wheel while to tighten nuts and bolts, so the extra hands are going to help. The first thing you want to do though is just put it roughly in place, get an idea where it's going to go. The reason you want to do that is just to make sure it clears. Some aftermarket intake manifolds, superchargers, other underhood stuff may not clear with the strut tower brace. So before you're mounting or drilling holes or anything, just roughly put it where it's going to go. Make sure it clears everything in your engine bay. Then we're going to close the hood and start with the cowl. The rear part of the brace is going to go through the firewall into the cowl area. So what we're going to do first is remove the wipers and the cowl so we get to the other side. Now we're going to remove the 6 screws that hold the cowl in place. And you want to carefully lift the cowl up, disconnect the washer hose underneath. I'm going to use our panel removal tool, get these wiring harnesses out of the way. It's going to loosen them up so the strut tower brace can fit flat. There's going to be one on each side. We're also going to pull the washer hose out. Get out of the way as well. And now we're going to test fit our bar again, get an idea where it's going to sit. Now, every car might be different. You might find that you have a gap back here on the firewall. If you do, that's normal. BBK provides this plate that'll go behind it, so when we tighten the bolts down, it'll pull it flush. So what we're going to do now is start drilling the holes. This is when it's nice to have a second person because I'm going to hold it in place while he drills. Now the first hole drilled, we're going to just put a bolt in place just to hold it. Now we're going to go through and drill the other 3 holes, and then finally the last part will be marking the firewall. While Freddie's drilling out the passenger side, I'm going to unbolt our starter solenoid just to move it out of the way, give us a little more room on this side. Now that everything else held in place, the last step will be the firewall. You're not going to be able to drill these, so basically what you're going to do is mark them first, and then we'll come back and drill the holes. Since we don't have the bar to align us here and guide us, we're going to start with a pilot hole, and then we'll open it up. Bring the bar back into place. I'll test fit everything again. test here, make sure everything lines up. You have to open those holes up a little bit, ream them out a little bit. It's no problem. The plate's going to keep everything centered. Our holes are good. Now we can go back, put the spacer in, put the hardware back in place, and start tightening everything up. Now the plate's going to go on. Make sure the plate can only go on one way. The hole for the washer is going to go towards the top. Now we're going to hold on the bolt, put the lock washer and the nut on inside the cowl area. At this point, get everything hand tight. We don't want to crank everything just yet. I'm going to put washers on all the bolts and install the bolts on the towers themselves. And again, put nuts and lock washers on the other side. This part's a little tricky, gonna be impossible to show it to you. What you're gonna do is take a lock washer and a nut and put them on the bottom of the bolts. If you're at stock ride height, you might be able to reach your hand in. If not, just jack the front of the car up a little bit. So reach up in there and connect them to the bolts. Now we'll tighten up the firewall. Okay, with everything mounted, now we're going to fish the washer hose back through. Now you're going to reinstall your cowl and your wipers, and your installation's finished. The BBK Grip Strut Tower Brace looks good under the hood, was fairly easy to install, and should do a good job of tightening up the front suspension on our '92 Mustang GT. Installation should only take you around an hour or so, be back on the road in no time.